Right, everyone, welcome in to another live watch party by popular request. Ah, no, we missed last week. What was I doing? I was coming back from something and just like it wasn't working out, so had to miss that. But hopefully, we'll be coming back and talking it over, hanging out, um, doing the good stuff. Um, you know, gonna get it. Um, we'll get it more regular. I know that's probably the biggest flaw. Um, we had some news this week, a little bit. Uh, John, Josh, and Hayden, of course, from Cobra Kai, um, are going to be making a movie. They're developing a movie on Knight Rider. It's a show from the 80s, another reboot of an 80s show. So the thing about Knight Rider, Melissa's here. Thank you, Melissa. Sebastian, of course. Bonsai. Bonsai. She's giving me a tree. Oh, we forgot those trees. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Actually, I was just saying, Melissa, you just reminded me on the way to church, they were selling bonsai trees. They really were. And we were going to stop on the way back, but then we went a different way and forgot all about it. Oh, geez. That's a shame. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Knight Rider. Knight Rider. Let me see. Yeah, so Knight Rider was a show back in the back when was it? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, in the 80s, it was about like let's see if we can get this here. Like an artificial intelligence car, right? That was what it was. Like how about this? Yeah. Knight Rider for Universal. So in this like light went back and forth and it was really cool. And the car, and he would just be talking to the car and everything. Um that was like the coolest part. And like it was high speed, he's chasing people, I guess, whatever. It was like 80s weird stuff. So they're doing that. The funny thing is something I said about Knight Rider is like self-driving car, artificial intelligence, like all this stuff exists today. It's not even science fiction anymore. Back then it was like this weird future thing, but now it's like people will be watching it like, well, my car can do that. So see what they come up with. Org Sonic, did I see your series about the Yu Jung Do? I saw you mention it, but I didn't see anything. So I'll try to get to it. And of course, it starred like David Hasselhoff. This is like before Baywatch. Then he went from this to Baywatch. I don't know if there's really is a new ride. John Hayden and Josh talks to bring Knight Rider to this, big screen. They're doing it as a movie, so it's not a series, which is interesting. They're gonna write. Well, you know what's interesting? It says in early talks to write it, but I assume they are writing it. It's the way it usually goes. Is they're working the script and they decide whether the studio decides whether to go forward or not. But like I assume they are writing it. Like they're not in talks to write it. Part of it's probably done. They're producing here too. Counterbalance joining these two who are also producing. will produce their Spyglass. All these producers. 82 to 86. Um, by Glenn Larson, featuring ridiculous high concept hunky lead, mid-roll synth theme. A detective who becomes an agent for Flag, Foundation for Law and Government. He's partnered with KIT, Modified Artificial Intelligent, Indestructible Trans Am. The two speed head on to fight criminals. Yeah. The new take is being kept in the back of a semi truck. Yeah, that was like one of the cool things. Is like it was like he drove onto a truck. Like that was like the car was kept on a truck, and then like he would be on the road and he would like back out and get going, and then he would go like I don't know. It was just like weird shit, but it was kind of cool. Expect the unexpected. And then this just goes into their history. Harold and Kumar, Cobra Kai. So there's really no information other than that this is something they're working on. What do we got here? Kid was cool. Like he would push a button and like red stuff would come out or green stuff. It was like he was like in combat mode or something or other. That was always my favorite part. But I saw the series like long after it ended on like reruns or something, and barely then, like I don't even really remember anything. like this was before me really. It was just one of those like you saw some reruns at some point. Spent 3 months working on. Is it on your X account or your YouTube? Where is it? I don't know. You said you made it, but you didn't like link anything. Did I find the interview? Actually, no. I'm gonna look for it when I get to that video. I'm gonna look for it when I do the video. That I mentioned. I liked Crease's line in season 4 of Cobra Kai. Terry Silver is one of the most ferocious fighters in the history of the sport. Yes, I always loved that line too. I think that's actually a very good line. Robert McCauley is here. Or Robbie. Hi, Robbie. My niece's great grandmother just passed away recently. Watching your live streams and videos always puts you in a good mood. So, I'm just like reading it bit by bit, and the way I read it is, "Hi, watch party. My niece's great grandmother just passed away recently. Watching your live streams." Wait, what? She died watching the live streams. No, it puts you in a good mood. I'm glad, to be back and help put you in a better mood. That is for sure. That is for sure. Don't think we're getting spin off in a while. Yeah, I'll have a video on this hopefully this week, but for sure. I had said before I was hoping to get a spinoff announcement this year, maybe ideally by the end of the summer. We're kind of coming up on the end of the summer. We're not there yet technically, but we're kind of coming up on end of summer, and now it's like maybe by end of the year, I'm hoping, but who knows? Your videos are awesome. Thank you. I'm working on a learn party video too, so be sure to check out that channel. Will you think Cobra Kai and Karate Kid Legends will produce a combined spin-off? I don't think so. Ultimately, I don't think the movie was successful enough, but we'll see what they do. Being a Sonic fan has been exhausting. I'm sorry to hear that. I was unaware of drama in the Sonic community. Jeremy's here. Hello. It's a quote series. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Sorry. Is it Project Ujengo? This looks like a lot. Do you have to look at it in order? I see it's like one quote after another. Sonic or Sonic. So we'll look back. Braden's here. What up, Watch Party? What up, Braden? Thank you for coming on in. Twitter cycles low IQ, reaching Star Wars levels infuriating. Well, first you killed Tori's mom, and now DJ Club Rules is relative. You are on a regular killing spree. That is correct. I did kill Tori's mom. Everyone thought it was Kreese, and I'm like, guys, I'm right here. I told you it was going to happen. And no one suspected me. Perfect crime. Get away with it. Oh, Jeremy, your wife died. I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences. Oh my God, that's horrible. I mean, I remember you in the streams talking how the two of you were, watching Cobra Kai, watching whatever, what you enjoyed. That is sorry. Yeah, that's horrible. That's just yeah. Yeah, our deepest condolences. We'll definitely say a prayer for your wife and for you and your family. That's just bad. I'm so sorry. You have to look at it in order. Okay. I'll try after the stream. I'll pull it up and look at it in order. Roxonic. Yeah. I'm sorry. Maybe I saw a message or something about that somewhere, and I haven't looked at the social media strongly, so I might have missed it. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, definitely take the full condolences from me and my wife too. It's horrible. Sorry. Life is short, people. We all need to realize that. It's something I kind of even wrote. I got an upcoming learn party video. I'm editing right now. Hopefully it'll be out in a day or two. But it's about why you should get married, and yeah, you can't get time back. You have to move forward. It's a big obstacle, I think, for many millennials, the youngest Gen X, but definitely like the millennials. We just hit a snag. But we have to we have to push forward and become better. So it's sad because you gotta what is the quote? It's what you choose to do with what the time you are given. Cherish every you never know. Yeah, you don't. Oh boy. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Oh boy. Where are we at? Sorry, guys. Just sort of having a moment here. Um, where are we at? We are at so let's see, we talked about Knight Rider. Interesting. I wonder who they get to play the main guy. I don't know. Yeah, DJ Club rules in all seriousness. Niece and Lily's grandmother is very sick, but she lived a long life. Yeah, I'm sure she did. Life is short. You should call yourself the No Mercy Party instead of Watch Party. Yeah, maybe I should. New channel, No Mercy Party. John cares for the fans. Yeah. He does. He does more than you would have, more than you would think. And sometimes if you place yourself, like if I were in his spot, as an executive producer, showrunner, etc., in his production, in his capacity, um, doing what he does, like I don't know if I would have been like as open with the fans and connecting with the fans as much as he is. I'd probably try and do some, but his level's pretty insane. Like, yeah, really going out there. Um, I think also it's why the Cobra Kai fandom's better than almost any other fandom. You know why? Because they lead by example. Oh man, I don't want to go off on a rant. Well, why not? Like leadership is it's such a rare thing. And it doesn't happen a lot. And it can be hard. And like, in terms of like shows and fandoms, there's always like there is a separation between the creators and the fans because the creators are literally creating and the fans are enjoying watching consuming, and sometimes the creators have ideas like, hey, let's do this, and there will be a lot of fans who are like, no way. um and it's sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it works, hopefully it works a lot, but I think like the idea of like leading by example, and that while they don't lead the fandom, they do engage with it. And I think it sets a tone for the show as a whole, right? I think that's kind of what it is. And then fans as such as we are, you know, um, kind of pick up on that. And of course, I think many of us try to lead by example too. It doesn't mean there's not drama in the fandom. There sure is. Um, a lot of it's stupid. Um, but like in the end, I think most everyone would agree. Like Cobra Kai fandom, better place to be than pretty much anywhere. Um, you know, I don't know. Maybe there's more. Maybe there's more to say. I don't know, but it helps that the show has mostly been really, really good. We inevitably we had people, oh, season 5 sucked. Like we had it. I thought season 5 had a lot of really good stuff. And there were a couple slow episodes. I made videos on it. Which is what I think those people were reacting to. Sometimes they think they react to a few things and kind of miss the bigger things. There's been people in these live streams. Season 6 sucks. They need to redo season, like they're gonna redo it. Like, come on. like if anything, that's the last thing they're gonna do. Um, but in the end, I think most of us really, really liked it, and it carries through. So it's definitely easier to be a fan when it's consistently good. that's that's the truth. Maybe that's the lesson of Cobra Kai. It's easy to have like a great fandom when the show itself is like genuinely, consistently really good. Okay. So, I should put myself back out there. Okay. Um, a bit easier compared to say Sonic, which due to the later being long and iconic series requires community managers and so much more. Yeah. Especially compared to the Sonic fandom. Sonic fandom has so much drama, like it's exhausting. Cobra Kai fandom is a break from the Sonic. Yeah. I am even like unaware of like a Sonic fandom. Like I know the game, of course. Like I've played it some, but like, and I know there were movies and stuff, but like the idea of like a Sonic fandom, like oof, crazy. Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. Hey, watch party and everyone in the chat. Everything going well for you today? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Sorry, Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. I was just contemplating a moment of a thing where some of us were sharing. There's been some losses recently. Um, Maybe we should do a rap though. We come to the stream and remember those we love. We remember, we honor they up above. Come on, town, keep it real. Come on, boys, feeling it meals. Ow, wow. Cobra Kai rapper from the 2000s. Thank you, my friend. Oh man. Carrie is here. Mega Cloud. Mega Cloud. Um mhm. That is true, Mega Cloud. I mean, when the movie trailer came out, like I wasn't a Sonic fan. Like I said, I knew the game, but like I was never a Sonic fan, so I didn't really care. But I remember that like backlash, and they delayed the movie almost a year or something, and redid the CGI. But you know what? They did fix it, right? Like they got it better, and then the fans were like, "Damn, all right, that's pretty good." And it was a good movie, and people liked it. So it was a success. Um, Worth pointing out, my nephew is a huge Sonic fan. I doubt he's in the Sonic fandom. He's too young, for something like that. Oh shit, he's gonna be 10 years old. Maybe 10 or 9. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, my nephew is like a huge Sonic fan, so love the movies. So good. Blind evangelist. See, here you are. See, even you, look at this. Now you're pegging it on the studio, right? Like they just wanted people to accept what they put out and they didn't accept. If anything, it's yeah, like I said, it's one of the better examples of like, fans being like, "Hey, what did you do? This isn't the Sonic in this case, the material, whatever, what we love. What did you do here?" And they're like, "You know what? Let's get it right." And they did. So so even if they were wrong, you know what? Um sometimes you can turn it around. There's it, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. You just got to like learn from it, right? I had a teacher, he's really a band instructor, but one of his favorite quotes, he loved to say, "What separates us from monkeys is we learn from our mistakes." So, there you go. So, learn from your mistakes, people. That even though people say they want something new, they really want is the same old thing. I don't think that applies to Sonic. I mean, are you referring to like the look of Sonic in that first movie? Um, A, it's the first time that was the first time a movie came out, and B, it was about the look of the character. It's not necessarily like reimagining it something completely different, especially since it had never been done before. If I'm interpreting it correctly. How's married life treating you both? Good. Wife party tends to be tired from work and everything. I don't blame her. Feel bad for her. But it's really looking good. We're, finally, I think we've, settled in a little bit. You're kind of that honeymoon period, there's like the honeymoon literal, but then there's like, the honeymoon period. Um, kind of, winding down into like daily life and, looking forward. But she's actually going to be off next week. Oh shit, I may not have a stream next week. Oh shit. Unless I do it on the road because we're actually going to visit family. So like I'm like sitting here like just thinking about this because she's gonna be off and we have plans to leave like Sunday afternoon. So what do you guys think? Would you rather me I could do a stream like Saturday, the day before. I could like instead do a stream much later in the week, like Wednesday or Thursday, or like what would you rather have? Um, just throw out any. There's no wrong answer. Just throw out what you're thinking. Um, Sonic has so many different iterations. Yeah, that's true. I think though everyone would consider like the games. The games are what came first. So that's kind of like the core canon or whatever. You got the shows. There was some cartoon, comics or something. So I think most people wanted it to stick close to the games. Um, whatever day works best for everyone and you. Yeah. Have a safe trip. Thank you. Um, this is sort of like where the smart Reddit guy, who likes to show off how smart he is. This is like when they did in just Fantastic Four, right? So they had Silver Surfer and then they made the Silver Surfer a woman. And people were like, "What the hell is this woke garbage? Why are you putting a woman?" And someone's like, "Haha, shows what you know. Didn't you know in a short comic run in 1982, there were 4 issues that had a female Silver Surfer where the Silver Surfer appeared as a female? It shows like you don't know anything." Like, and it's like, yeah, I get it. But but that's when people talked about Silver Surfer, they didn't think about a woman. right? And so when people talk about Sonic, they're not thinking about something that happened in an iteration in the comics or even one of the shows. When we're doing a Sonic movie, people want it to kind of match the game because the game is like the core. That's what it's connected to, the core. I hope to have a safe trip too. Yes, it's also a pseudo birthday present from my dad. I promised I'd do something with him. So that's that. You know what? Hold on. I'm just curious because we're talking. I'm gonna search Sonic fandom. What do people? Okay, hold on. What is this? Okay, hold on. Let me put this up. I think the fandom's reaction to Sonic being in Pac-Man World 2 sums up my thoughts on the fandom pretty well. Pac-Man World 2. Let's see what this is. Hold on. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Here we go. All right, let's look. Criticism is fine in a vacuum, but at a certain point, it just becomes the same talking points we've been hearing since 2022, drowning out any voices actually trying to discuss the franchise with any sort of excitement. Hot dog, taco, hamburger. It just gets tiring. I don't know what that's a reference to. People will say I'm forcing them to mindlessly like everything, that I'm a corporate shill, that I'm shutting down discussion, etc. The truth is, there is no discussion in this fandom anymore. It's the same discussions we've had time and time again, and we're just arguing in circles, begging desperately to break out. It's to a point where people bitch so much that when someone finally forms an original criticism, it gets repeated so much in the next week that it completely loses all of its value. I don't think so. If it's a good criticism, the criticism stands, and that's why it was repeated. Anyway, when I see Sonic appearing in a game I love, I wish my first thought could be, "Oh my God, Sonic!" Not, "Oh no, muzzle curve." Oh no, muzzle curve. I have to see people bitch about this now. I'm not a Sonic fan because I wanted to be upset all the time. True. I'm a Sonic fan because I want to be excited for new games and announcements. That's very hard to do when all I see is negativity. You're actively hampering others' ability to enjoy the franchise. You're adding nothing to the conversation, and clearly Sega isn't listening to you. This isn't toxic positivity. It's me being fucking tired. Interesting. I don't know what they're even talking about. Except Pac-Man World 2. Why this looks fine? Is this the Sonic? Or are they arguing about the look? I wouldn't know. I would say that looks fine. I mean, it's just him, Mario Kart, Donkey Kong with, is that the princess back there? Whatever. And Sonic. Are people bitching about this guy? That looks fine. Who cares? Like I think like a movie's more important than like a slight variation in a video game, but I don't know. What you have to do, God, I should make a video on this or something. What you have to do is you have to learn how to just like ignore the bullshit. Like ignore if there's negativity, ignore it. There's been like I mentioned earlier, like there was like drama in Cobra Kai fandom, right? How often did you see Watch Party embroiled in drama in the Cobra Kai fandom? How, like, I'm gonna give you the answer. It's zero. Like that shit never happened. Everyone got up in some stupid shit at some point or other. Yeah, and I'm not saying that as a criticism. It's just a point of fact. Peter, Cobra Kai companion, he got up in some stuff. Um, Drew and Cobra Kai Kid and Cobra Kai Nation. They both had like a little like it wasn't at least some of the stuff I know, like it wasn't even their fault. It was another girl, woman, whatever, who was like a drama queen and almost like wanted drama with me, but like I just like wasn't having it to the point like I think she got upset that I wasn't playing into her drama and actually blocked me. like she preemptively blocked me. It was actually one of the funniest things. But like shit is going on. But like you just don't engage. Like whatever. Like whatever. So it's nothing like pulling out the cord to your microphone. No, so anyway, yeah. Just ignore it. You gotta learn to ignore this shit. Like if you don't like it, if you don't like people like, how is this just you can give justification for why the current model looks bad. So why can't the defenders do the same? Whatever the hell, like who cares? I'm gonna say I'm jumping in. 11 days late. What the argument is looks fine to me. Oh wait, I just wrote it looks fine. If you just keep saying it looks fine, there's nothing wrong with it. Then you better have a good explanation. Wait, hold on. Colon, I have no. See, then he's going to say I'm not a fan, which is true. You're not a fan. I know I'm not a fan. I also don't care. There we go. Matt Moore is here. Be very careful. I wish that Daniel didn't go to Terry Silver and train for Cobra Kai in the first place, just because Mascara won't train him. That's why Silver got in his head and good. Well, yes, obviously, but that is literally the plot of Karate Kid 3, though, is Silver getting in his head, running this whole scheme, blah blah blah. Most fandoms are toxic, so I just avoid them. Haha. Are you Team Mario or Sonic? I am Team Mario. Actually, was never a Sega guy. I don't have fond memories of Sonic. This is why John Draws is going to be pissed. I don't have fond like the game was okay. I never beat it. Like I only ever played it at like a friend's house or the dentist's office or whatever, Sonic. I guess I played it more recently with my nephew, the one who's a huge Sonic fan. but you know, um, but I'm definitely Team Mario. Cobra Kai might be making whenever. Yes, I talked about that at the very beginning. A lot to do. You know what we still need? A kick-ass show like Cobra Kai that respects the franchise, tells a great story, has humor, and doesn't take itself too seriously. Yeah, just where can we find a show like Cobra Kai? Cobra Kai. There's also Twisted Metal, which I think season 2 just wrapped. It was really good. I haven't seen it yet. I can't find I can't find the remote to the TV. This is going to be the first struggle in our marriage. We seem to have lost the remote control to the TV. I'm not even kidding. And just earlier today, I was looking all through the couch. I moved it under the cushions. I don't know where the remote to the TV is. So, but check out Twisted Metal on Peacock. Obviously created by Michael Jonathan Smith, writer, executive producer, and Cobra Kai. So, you can pass that along. It'll be good. Do you think Johnny would have excelled as Miyagi-Do student under Miyagi? Sure. I think he could have. I think Miyagi could have taught him. And that's this is like going to be a video at some point. That's the whole premise kind of, or, that's not really the premise, but like the underlying idea of Cobra Kai, specifically Miguel and Robbie. It was like Miguel is like the new Daniel, Robbie is like the new Johnny, but Miguel, it's kind of like a thought experiment. What if Daniel learned in Cobra Kai, and what if Johnny learned in Miyagi-Do? And that's what we had with Miguel and Robbie, especially like back in season 1, season 1, season 2. So, that is to say, yeah, I think, season 1, season 2. Where was I? Yeah, Johnny would have done very well with Miyagi as a teacher, sensei. He lost the remote. Yeah. Amazon, one of those crazy giant remotes, fixed my marriage, saved me from beating my children, on regular as a secondary, but grab you a huge remote. By being huge, you don't lose it. What I want is remote. Didn't they used to have this? It was like a remote, but you could push a button on the TV and the remote will make a sound so you can come find it. Like, why don't they have like the sound making remote? Years ago we were at my uncle's. Like, I remember like him, and he had literally put like like a rope or something. Like he had it attached to a rope, so he couldn't lose it. I don't think he still does that, but man, yeah, like attach to a rope, like make a sound. I don't know, like where that like it's been missing for like kind of like 2 weeks. Like, oh man, how do we do that? Yeah. Hold on. Let's look at Amazon. I mean, is it like really like a huge remote? I'm going to write huge remote or giant remote. You said giant or huge remote. Huge remote. Huge remote control car. One Jamba universal remote. Big buttons. Big button. Yeah, I see big buttons. Blah blah blah. There are some big remotes. You have a few remotes, yeah. Well, remember in like by the time we got to like the late 90s and the 2000s, like we were in the stage like your home entertainment had like 6 remotes cuz every single thing like needed a separate remote, the television, um the VCR because there were still VCRs, the DVD, the cable, the sound system, the receiver, like it was like there was like 5 to 6 remotes like in a full like home entertainment system. 2 feet by 1 feet. Can you send me an email or with whatever you got from Amazon? I'm kind of curious. Although that may be too big because then it'll be like just sitting around and it'll be like, why is this giant remote here? I want to sit down, but there's a giant remote. If you could go back in time until you lost your remote. If you could go back in time and change one thing, what would it be? Oh, I wouldn't have lost that damn remote. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. You'll send it. Thank you. I will run it by a wife party later tonight. When she comes home. I don't know. I'm still looking at this Sonic design. Like I don't know Sonic well enough, so if it changes a little, I wouldn't recognize it. When that first trailer came out for that movie that we were talking about, like I didn't know, I didn't know, like, oh, they changed Sonic. Like I guess, like I'm not close enough. Like, and I get it. Like, there's a difference. Like, if you like live and breathe this shit, like I get it. I mean, on the other hand, like when Karate Kid Legends comes out and tries to like retcon what year Karate Kid 2 took place, I'm like so fucking stupid. Like, because that's like such an unforced error. Like it was, in fact, it was probably deliberate. They probably understood that it technically wasn't the right year, but they thought it would be easier for people to understand. Um, I do recommend one TV show on Netflix. It's hilarious. You'll love it. Called Sonic Boom. That's the Sonic show. If I can get to it, you'll find it eventually. Hey, did you see the Back to the Future trailer 40th anniversary screening? I saw. I did see that there was something. It was going to be in theaters. Is it? Wait, is it one night only on Halloween? Halloween's kind of an odd night for like a one night only because most people are like, doing Halloween parties and stuff. Like, didn't Back to the Future take place on like October 27th or something? The actual day in the movie. Or maybe it's October 25th. Yeah. I think, so it's like the week before. Why wouldn't they do it like the day before? The week before that. 31st is. Where are we at? Hold on. Do. Have you ever seen the show Insatiable, starring Debbie Ryan? Is it the one? I think I've heard of it. Is she plays someone overweight or something? I think I've heard of it, but I don't really know anything about it. I mean, no, I haven't actually seen it. I've just heard of it. It's how Sonic looks and sounds in Disney animation, fully accurate. Fair enough. Back to the Future is awesome. Yeah, you know what? If that's a really thing, maybe I can take some of my nieces and nephews to that. I don't know if they'll want to go Halloween, but we can ask. In fact, some of them I guess work at a chocolate store, so they may be working. But if it runs more than one day, maybe we can try and go to it. It releases on 10/31. Okay, that's fair enough. Maybe we'll go that weekend. Sound loud. Sorry. The cord keeps coming in and out. I think it's messing things up. T-Flex Champ is here. T-Flex Champ, thank you for coming on in, man. Where are we at? But yeah, I have and as far as Back to the Future, I have some younger nieces and nephews who maybe have never seen it. Maybe they'll enjoy that. It was released by Fandom Events. You are forgiven. You are forgiven, T-Flex Champ. Cobra Kai question. When Kim said this will be the last time you and I see each other, John, did she actually kick him out permanently? Did she say it or did he say it? I think like Kreese knew he wasn't coming back one way or another. Like he was done. Kreese did a bit of a turn, going into part 3. I mean, like you get it after after the death, but he was a completely different person. So setting up his ending there. Do you think that Marty McFly and Daniel LaRusso would have been friends in high school? Well, let's see. Daniel, at least prior to knowing Mr. Miyagi, or if Daniel had never known Mr. Miyagi, he might have been friends with Marty McFly. I think Marty was like a pseudo troublemaker. Not, he was like he wasn't like the athlete per se, and but he wasn't like the nerd kid. He was kind of like just sort of like the troublemaker. He kind of was like, he had a cool vibe, even though he didn't play like the sports and stuff. Kind of whipped up trouble. And like, I could see Daniel, if he never knew Mr. Miyagi, like kind of getting in with him, Marty, like maybe more than Johnny. Get them in the movies. They're awesome. What'd you miss? Well, they're doing Knight Rider. They're going to make Knight Rider again as a movie. Maybe it's in development. Some people have had some, deaths close to them. We talked about that. You only live once. You got to put it out there. Got on a little thing about the Sonic fandom. Sonic the Hedgehog is a very, very vibrant fandom. What are you going to say? Insatiable was a controversial show. People accuse it of fat shaming. Fascinating. Was it, or were they just saying things? Martin were slackers. Yeah, that was the thing. That's the word I was looking for. Kind of like a slacker, like he had potential, but like wasn't interested in the official route, you know. One last Sonic request, I promise. Can you watch that 30-second clip of Sonic's cameo in Wreck-It Ralph? It'll basically give you an idea of what Sonic should be like and sound like. Oh my god. Wreck-It Ralph Sonic scene. Here we go. Sonic's speech in Wreck-It Ralph. Here it is, 18 seconds. If you leave your game, stay safe. Is that what you're sounding like? Should be like and sound like. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Sonic to me. Favorite 80s shows. Oh, Knight Rider? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Obliterated, it's only 8 episodes. It's only one season. Watch it. Take it in. It's got good stuff. I especially like episode 2. But I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in it. Most people protested it, didn't even watch it. Yeah, but that's normal these days. They protested to the idea that they were told was in the show. They didn't watch it. Of course they didn't. It's a lot of work. I do hope Terry Silver knocked up Cheyenne before he dumped her, and that little girl grows up to be just like him, and then she terrorizes Johnny's daughter, and we get to see in 10 years. That would be good, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You watched Knight Rider as a child? When's it coming out? It doesn't have a release date. So basically they said, this is the movie we're working on. So they're writing a script. They may direct it, but like it's not quite at that stage where they're even filming it yet. So it's still a ways off. So sometimes, things get announced, but it could still be even ideally, 2 years off more. How do people have time to protest entertainment? Shouldn't they have jobs that should? Like, yeah, voice your criticism. Just don't spend all your time on it. People find a cause. Okay, yeah. Here, hold on. I'm going to send you a link to this story, T-Flex Chimp. You can see that, but that's about it. Some people just put their time onto it, and maybe they feel justified because they put in a lot of time from as a fan, and then it goes in a direction they didn't like, and it's like, ooh, geez, what's that? The movie Karate Kid Legends should be canon for another Karate Kid type series. Yes. Well, I mean, on some level it is, but I don't know if there would be another spinoff from that. The movie wasn't quite as successful as I think it needed to be. Maybe another 50 million at the box office. Like, preferably another 100 million worldwide, the worldwide box office. But it's like at 100 million worldwide. If it did 100 million US at least, plus international, like maybe. But like it just, I don't think it hit there. I don't think it hit it. A nitpick is them never really addressing Kreese's death. Also don't like it. Kreese didn't try to apologize to Daniel. That would have been good. It really was never Kreese and Daniel. I mean, it was really more about Kreese and Johnny. Like, and so it's like, what's more important? And it was Kreese and Johnny. So, and it was really more Terry Silver and Daniel anyway from Karate Kid 3. So like that Silver and Daniel got addressed. Ryan Reynolds did Just Friends, a movie about a fat guy who loses weight, and that movie wasn't controversial, probably because he's a guy. If you do something about like an overweight women, the women go insane. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Criticism is with my wallet. I used to go see something just because nostalgia or whatever, but in the 21st century, we have a pretty good idea of the quality before the release. You are correct. There is a lot of stuff I do not see or even watch just because I don't feel like it. I'm like, this is going to be bad. There's a reason I basically stopped on Marvel movies after Endgame. Hey, I loved Endgame too. I did. I loved it. But I'm like, let's end it there. And I did. And the rest of you are paying for it. Give credit to Wreck-It Ralph. They actually got the game voice actor to play Sonic, not some random celebrity like Mario did. Yeah, well, I think the actor who did Mario's voice, first off, he never really did much. And I think he was like old. He's kind of like retiring, isn't he? Or maybe he did retire. Which characters do you miss the most in Cobra Kai, and which ones do you not? Johnny and Daniel, I think. You know, Terry Silver, Mike Barnes, Kreese. Kind of those main ones. So much of the thrust of the show. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Yep. Kreese paid Daniel and Miyagi respect when he said no one touches the prima donna before the tournament. Yeah, he did. Most inspiring scene in the Cobra Kai series do you like? Inspiring. Miguel's speech to Robbie in season 6, episode 12. That just pops up off my head. It's one of the last ones. You know, Daniel's speech to Johnny at the very end in the last episode when he's down against Sensei Wolf. Maybe some of the training montages. Martin Cove comes back in a spinoff. His character is dead. Us giving Sony Marvel money, why we keep getting schlock. Yeah. So that's some more Mortal Kombat 2 upcoming movie. Like, wasn't there already a Mortal Kombat 2 movie? I really have no thoughts. I know nothing about it. Like Mortal Kombat's, I know that like is the old Mortal Kombat 2. It's not like I don't know it, but kind of just doing. Is it based off the video game Mortal Kombat 2? With this stuff, I always liked. I just liked. You know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Raiden, right? Those were, it's like those three guys. Just give us those three guys. Give us Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden. Kung Lao. Oh, yeah. Sonya. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, I just like, I don't really think like a movie's going to be like that amazing. Hawking and Eli got his confidence back, yeah. They need to reveal Kreese to be alive. Why did they kill off Kreese? Yeah. What's your thoughts on Zack Snyder as a filmmaker? I think his direction is great. but his stories aren't that good. Yeah, he's probably a better director than writer. Kind of a dark vision. Ultimately, I think, and I don't know enough of behind the scenes to know everything that happened, but in the end, Zack Snyder kind of, fucked up the Warner Brothers DC universe, right? Now I think some of it was from Warner Brothers. I think Warner Brothers continuously makes bad decisions. That they pushed things too fast and wanted it too fast, and Zack Snyder did what he could, I guess. But in the end, that's under him. At this point, Zack Snyder has as many misses or just not as good as it should have been as successes. I did like Watchmen. I actually thought that was good, but it's not. The Superman just the DC universe didn't quite work. Miyagi. Life before he participated in the Sakai Guy. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like that. Is redeemable for a spinoff? Yes, I think Sensei Wolf is ripe for a spinoff. I agree with that. I like the idea of a Sensei Wolf spinoff. Why did they have to kill him off? Max Kelly's still on that. This is the sequel. Yeah, the 2022 was it was on HBO Max, right? This is the sequel. Okay. Can't believe Knight Rider's coming back. You're happy? All right, man. Let's hope it happens. Talk to me, a watch party. Max, what do you want me to say? Kreese's daddy's not coming back, man. You just can't hammer on that because it's not going to happen. If you want to write a fan fiction, go for it. But they're not going to do a show with Martin Kove again. He had his ending and it was a good one. It was a great conclusion. Exactly. Yeah. Look at what Matt wrote here. It was a great conclusion. Tell me a broken record, but the Miyagiverse still needs to return to Julie Pierce. I would agree. As I was saying to Melissa in our members meeting, a great dark horse spinoff idea is still the Julie Pierce spinoff. Doors style visual summit. Bro, understands the camera shot. He just can't write. I think he's the director you'd hire for one singular movie in a universe. Yes, and have someone else write the script. Yeah. It's pretty good. Kind of like John Watts. It was a terrible conclusion. Do you believe Axel can have a spinoff where he finds redemption? I don't think Axel would have his own spinoff, but he could be part of a bigger spinoff. We were just talking about Axel showing up in a Sam spinoff, if such a thing were ever to happen. Maybe he shows up there. With Rami and Tori being professional karates, what do you think both would do in order to be good role models for young people? Put on a good face. Don't talk about your criminal past. Talk about how karate got you overcome your criminal past. Max Kelly really on this. Kreese being alive. Amanda's actress retired. You think she'll come out of retirement for Amanda? She may. No rush, no need. I think she had a baby. Maybe she's going to have another. I have no idea about that. But yeah. Maybe she even told John Josh and Hayden, hey, this is one role I'll come back for. Give me a call. All right, what are we at? Over an hour. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Max Kelly. I don't even care about Johnny. Max Kelly wants Kreese to come back. We get it, but it's just, I mean, you're allowed to want it. It's just not going to happen. I don't know if there will be a stream next week, or I may do it at a different time. I will be gone tomorrow or next Sunday through like Wednesday or something. So we'll see. You don't know that, watch party. Yeah, maybe I don't. But we'll do something. I love you all. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you at the next watch party. Bye-bye. Send me the link. I sent you a DM, T-Flux Champ. And Matt, send me that remote on Marcus Superman. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. Bye-bye.